Hi, Paul Slack. It's Good News Planet. Goedemorgen. Did I say that right?
Almost. Goedemorgen. Good morning.
Now that's from the Netherlands. So to Michael Keet. Hey, Michael, how are you?
Good morning.
I like your vest. That's a very snazzy vest.
Oh, thank you very much.
Does that vest like that and a good looks like this? Does
Yeah, just like that.
Oh, gorgeous. Does that help you make money?
At least it's a little bit different than a lot of people wear. So, and I feel comfortable wearing it. So making money, I don't know, but you get at least a lot of people's attention.
All right. Well, attention probably is good in making money because people want to work with. Well, you know what? You've written a book about it. What am I talking about? And you even called it Moneyfulness. I got a lot of books around me that say mindfulness, but moneyfulness is one stressful item. No, learning to live with money, or maybe learning to live without money. Two sides of that coin, which seem to be maybe stressful on both sides. So tell us a little bit about what you've created here, and thank you for doing it. Thanks for coming on Good News.
Yeah, thanks for having me. That's for first of all. But yes, indeed, Moneyfulness are two things together: money on the one hand, and mindfulness, the second part of mindfulness, combined, and that makes Moneyfulness. And both sides of the coin are equally important because you have to manage your money. You have to use money as a currency or a number on the one hand, but also you have to pay attention to your mindset, your behavior, the emotions when you're dealing with money. If you have limiting beliefs or something, when it comes to money, you have to deal with that one as well. Okay. And that's what basically in my book, it's both the mindset part based on the 7 pillars or the 7 aiding factors of mindfulness, and also a part of practical money management.
72%, yes, you read that right, of all Americans experience stress about their finances.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a big number, 72%. Do you think that that is, I mean, you've studied this and come up with some reason to say 72%. Do you think because there's a lot of money around us, there's a lot of materialistic ways around us, and if you're not in the ball game of that, then you question your own being?
A lot of people, let me put it like this: there is a direct connection, there's a correlation between your self-worth and your net worth. And a lot of people have a low self-esteem because if you let me put it like this: if you think your mindset is like, this is my comfort zone, which I'm comfortable with, having money or earning money, and suddenly you start earning money or having money, which is more than your comfort zone, and you don't adjust your belief system, there's a pretty much big chance that you'll start sabotaging your behavior just as long until it fits back into your comfort zone level, your self-worth, so that's you start sabotaging it, so you will not have it as well. So if you don't, you have to adjust both of them.
I struggle with this scenario. I'll be frank. You know, I love doing. I'm in the 50 years making TV shows, and 23 years with the Good News, but the Good News hasn't made any money. and I don't even know how I have even survived under this condition. But on one side of me, I'm very honored and proud to share the good in the world, and it means a lot. And all I keep saying is, and I have a financial plan and a business plan, and I say, well, when I get the 30 million bucks and I can run this like when I was at CBS and PBS, then I will have married the two together, and I can, you know, I can promote every interview, I can promote the good in the world. But in that process, I have to say that I'm a little stressed, and it's not been a short time. So how does somebody deal with that? Because I think I'm not so uncommon that, you tell me, am I uncommon or common?
No, a lot of people struggle with the concept of money. And behind me is also the money map. And there's also the two sides of the coin. And it doesn't it's not that important how much you make, but it's important how you manage it. Because if you, for example, 10% of my book, Moneyfulness, the revenues, is also donated to charity that fights poverty. That's just a percentage. Like if I reach like you said, the 30 million, then the amount I'm donating is bigger than if I only make 300,000, and then 10% is donated. So if you start calculating in percentages, you will be able to make this world a better place. No, and it's not that important if it's much or it's little. The importance is that it's in your system, in doing the best for yourself, for, in your case, your network, for your listeners, and you're helping everybody.
So it's sort of like finding yourself in a more of a peaceful mindset to live the life you are living right now. Maybe have aspirations for a different way of life based upon money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, if I win the lottery.
There's been research on that, on the lottery as well. Funny that you just mentioned it. 80% of all people that win, let's say, $1 million or more, like a huge prize, have to get back to work in a period from 3 to 5 years to work for their living. Because they, like I just explained before, they were just in this comfort zone. Suddenly you have a lot of money because you won the lottery. Then they spend it on things they don't need, on bad investments, whatever, until they're back into their comfort zone. And yes, they want to work for their money again. That's a strange thing. But and the lotteries are really, at least here in Europe, they're really helping people, the ones that win substantial amounts, how to invest and how to spend their money, or to save money, or to invest money.
So tell us, how do you first, of course, it's a great title and something worthy of people just seeing that and saying, this is interesting. This affects me. How did you break up a book like this, and what are some of the elements within it?
Well, one of the most important thing is, like, what did your parents tell you about money? What did they think about money? Because it goes on for generations, the way they think, they behave with money. Like when a lot of parents tell their children, save money, spend your money wisely, right? That's quite common. But if the parents don't walk the talk, they don't save money, they live in debt, the children feel that. Spend wisely is also spending, a lot of people spending money on things they don't need. Like people spend money on things they don't need to impress people they don't like. So if you're spending money like that and you're not saving, you're telling your children save and spend. Save and spend wisely, but you're doing the opposite. So your children will not actually listen to or hear what you have to say, but they just copy what you're doing.
I hear you. I got it. Well, I grew up with parents that saved for a rainy day, and that was a big commentary. And I got to be honest now, some many years later, 70 plus, that thank the Lord that they had that attitude, and thank the Lord that I've had that attitude, because I've been able to live a life as a result of that. In fact, I think they always have said that even the strongest countries are the countries that would have a saving lifestyle. I think Japan used to have the #1 or whatever. Certain countries, that was in the DNA. You saved money, a little bit to go and a little bit in your pocket are in the savings bank. And but it seems to me that I don't know if that scenario is still prevalent in the world. How do you see that?
Depends a little bit. I don't know about all countries, but what I see around me, and also the things I know about the United States, a lot of people just tend to live in debt because there's like there's the rat race. You have to have more and more and more and more and more and more. You have to compete with your neighbors. The question is, why do you want to compete with your neighbors? Do you want to compete with your neighbors? Do you need the same big flat screen, expensive car, or whatever? Having a budget, huh? Like you said, like saving for a rainy day. If you set a budget, it's all a budget.
What do you mean a budget? Who makes a budget? No, I'm just.
There are people making a budget.
They're like you. You're an online tax guy or money guy. You figured it out. Everybody else, they don't. You can't even manage their checkbook.
No, I know, but there are people also in the US that I know.
One or two.
But a budget, it's all about making choices. It's about your personal signature. This is what I want to spend my money on. This is what I want to invest and stuff like that. That is a budget.
What is this? I need that chart. Well, I got to sleep with that chart. What is that chart?
Yeah, you can download it on Moneyfulness.com. That's for free.
That under my pillow and hope that. Well, tell me what's in it. I got to make sure it works for me.
It's like you see, it has two sides. One is the practical part. Huh? How do you have money? How do you have assets? Do you have debts? How to work out with that? That's more regular. There are more money maps like that. But the second part is the top one, the money mindset map. And that is, how is your relationship with money? And that's got a structure in it, to find out if you have a good relationship or how you can improve it. And it's got also some links to websites where you can find additional information. So that's the Moneyfulness money map.
what money's my best friend. No, I actually never been lucky, and I never really. I mean, I would like to make money, but I've never really worked for money. I knew that I needed money to, pay for the kids' college and to feed myself and things like that. But I've been a lucky guy. I've been able to work in things that I liked, and then thought, how much you could pay. Even when I went in to get a raise, I'd say, I really like it here. I'm not, because I didn't want to get fired because I liked it. I would say, but I could use a couple more bucks. Could you consider it?
But then you're already ahead of a lot of people because you're doing the things you like. A lot of people just go to their work and they just not particular like what they do, but it pays the bills like that.
Pays the bills, yeah. These are problematic commentary. On the other hand, they're realities of life. Pay the bills is very important if you're on your own and or family related. What is another thought that you should share at this moment? Moneyfulness with our audience so they can take away. But tell me those websites while you had mentioned other places that they can go.
Yeah, for the Moneyfulness money map, you can go to just moneyfulness.com. And as takeaway for the listeners, don't let anybody define you by how much money you have or make, but be defined by what you can do with your money.
I like it.
Thank you.
That's a very wise commentary. All right, be yourself, and if there's some green coming out of your ears, then is the money in the Netherlands? Is it green or is it another color?
We've got a variety of colors in Europe, so that's every
like
banknote has a different color. So
we somehow stuck to the green.
Yeah.
In this country. Well, this is great. Congratulations. I'll say it just because I want to commend you. I read about your background and so on and so forth. So maybe you have some thoughts and want to share any thought on it. You dropped out of high school? Did I read that right? So now we're a couple of days later, maybe 2 weeks, maybe. You look like a young guy. From dropping out of high school to here, anything you want to share on that? Because it's, in essence, an inspirational comment.
Yeah, I'll do it just briefly because I can talk about it for a long time. But yes, I've been a high school dropout. I've been labeled So I was working in factories and stuff like that. I've been in the army, and then I was 21. I had no relevant education, no working experience, relevant working experience. And then I got from an organization, I was labeled as underprivileged youngster. So basically that was the pivot in my life. I pivoted my life. Then I started studying again, and within 2 or 3 years, I got my bachelor degree. And at the age of 21, I was labeled as underprivileged. At the age of 30, I was a finance director of a company that employed 425 people. So that is really a shift in mindset. There was one huge opportunity to start studying again and start building my life. Just shifted my mindset and wanting to make something out of life. And 9 years later, I was a finance director. So I did that for 14 years. And then I started my own business. Like I got my accounting software and accounting and tax office. Then the main supplier just, let me put the tiny letters in the contract. So they had to pay me, I had to pay them a lot of money. So I found myself in debt. Then I started wondering, when I was a finance director, I had a nice income, but I had stress. I don't want to lose my job, because if I lose my job, then I will lose my money, then I will lose my house. And now you can make up your own story. But now I was in debt, and about 4 or 5 years ago, but I had hardly any stress. Then I started wondering, why is that? Then it came to me, I did a lot of trainings, personal development, and one of them was mindfulness. And then I thought, hey, now I've got to combine them. And then that's how I came up with mindfulness, because I had less money and far less stress. And now I just built up my business again. But that's basically how I came to mindfulness. And I'm really proud, because I'm a Dutch guy. I haven't been published in the US before. And Morgan James Publishing thought, let's publish it, because it's an interesting story.
Excellent. Let me ask you one last question. Thank you very much, because we're involved with the International Day of Peace, the United Nations, 193 countries, of which the Netherlands is, I believe, one of them. Yeah. And so I ask a lot of people, what does peace mean to them? How about for you, Michael?
What is, let's make it respect. Because if you respect another one's opinion, another one's philosophy, something else from the other one, and you respect it, and you start normally talking about it, not like the fighting over it, but just have it in a common sense, and you start talking about it. I think a lot of fights don't even start, so it remains peace.
I'm with you. It sounds good to me.
Okay.
Good job here. The name of the book, one more time, is
Moneyfulness.
Learning to Live with Money by Michael Keet.
Yes.
There you go. Great, Michael. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Nice speaking with you. Thank you.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Okay.